Hello. Hello, everybody. Mark here. Mark H. Rappaport, writer, director, filmmaker. I don't post a lot to YouTube lately, but I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. And what better way to do so, I think, than to announce that my second feature film, Godhead, has gotten into the Fantasia International Film Festival and will be world premiering there this month in like 10 days, July 18th, which is pretty crazy. If you're familiar with my work, my last YouTube video, or any of my other postings on Instagram, you know that I have been to Fantasia before, and I'm so thankful to be going back there for the third time in a row for my directorial work. And the fourth time, if you count my producing of the film Pledge back in 2018. A little refresher, my short film Andronicus premiered there in 2021 during the COVID year of Fantasia, remote festival, so I did not attend this one. So that was my first film I ever made, short film Andronicus. And then my feature film Hippo, my directorial debut, also played at Fantasia in 2023. And now my third film, Godhead, is following suit. So I guess you could say that Fantasia likes my work, and I so much more love and appreciate Fantasia because of the opportunity they've given me over the years to showcase my films. I think that my movies are out there and different from the feedback I get, and sort of probably based on my approach of not trying to be anything that's already been done before. So it's really exciting and awesome to have a relationship with the film festival like Fantasia, who clearly at this point, like I said, loves my work, and I feel at home there. You know, you spend a lot of time, if you're a filmmaker, submitting to all sorts of film festivals on Film Freeway or what have you, 20, 30, 40 film festival submissions, hundreds if not thousands of dollars, and sometimes it's the love at first sight that stays with you, which has been Fantasia. That's not to say we don't go on to have played these movies and hopefully Godhead at more festivals in the future. But I think for a film festival, or I think for a film and a filmmaker, you really need that platform to world premiere, to launch, which sort of sets everything else in motion when you're making an independent film, without distribution beforehand. And just to have Fantasia be that place for me, really lucky, really grateful, and a huge shout out to Mitch Davis there, the creative director who first programmed Pledge back in 2018, which I produced with my friends, and then has since programmed and pushed to program all of my work. This year, Godhead is playing in the underground section, curated by Justine Smith, who wrote a wonderfully generous and kind blurb on the Fantasia website. And I'm just so fortunate that, again, Fantasia loved my third film enough to invite it to world premiere, and are, once again, not surprisingly, the target audience for my work. In going to Fantasia over the years, what struck me and what stands out to me is the diversity of their programming in terms of movies that take risks from all different types of filmmakers. And they don't shy away from a wild and crazy movie that a studio never would have greenlit. In fact, it seems that most of the films there are the kind that a studio wouldn't greenlight, which is to say the studios have very little imagination. And I think that Fantasia and Mitch Davis and the founders, what they've built there is like, over the years, been the FU to mainstream Hollywood, and while also embracing the more out there voices of Hollywood. I will fortunately be going to the festival. I'll be at the world premiere on July 18th and the 23rd, our second screening. If you can make it and you're a fan of genre films and you want to see Godhead and any other of the incredible films that they're showcasing this year, including Jane Schoenbrun's new film, Nichols Refn's new film, and many, many more. I think in my section, an underground section, there's two that I sort of recognize: Castration Movie Part 3, which follows that the Wild series that's available on Criterion in parts 1 and 2 already. This is the part 3, and then Connor O'Malley and Stavros are in a comedy called Dance Freak, which looks really incredible. Also seems to be shot in black and white or some sort of desaturated color. And obviously, as the person who made Hippo and now Godhead in black and white, I'm very excited to see other black and white films. I think there's one more black and white film in my section. I can't remember what it's called. I'll just give a little bit of background on Godhead, the making of, without getting into nitty-gritty detail, but basically it's my second feature film. As you know, probably, or you're just finding out, Hippo, my first feature film, was shot in black and white. I love the experience and the look of black and white so much, and what Will Babcock, my cinematographer on Hippo and Andronicus, was able to do in black and white, you know, really blew me away on our budget level and on any budget level. And so the thought was kind of run it back with black and white, which allows you to keep the budget down. If you're into filmmaking, the reason black and white keeps your budget down is basically one less factor to consider in all of your shots, which is color. And so you can get away with just focusing on contrast and like shade and obviously lights and shadows, and textures, as opposed to just, as opposed to also factoring in color into every shot, which needs to be done intentionally. And you need a bigger budget, in my opinion, to get the right colors in every scene. Whereas in black and white, there's shades of things that will create the proper balance of grays, whites, and blacks, the dynamic range of the whole image. It's also just striking, and all the classic old movies were in black and white, and I'm a fan of Hitchcock and The Twilight Zone and these types of things. The thought was run it back, but try something new. Even though it's black and white, I always try to try something new. And in this case, it was make a real horror movie. Hippo, if you've seen it, it wound up feeling like, I consider it in the genre of horror, Hippo, but like it wasn't like, it wasn't sort of trying to get under your skin. I definitely try to get under your skin. What's the right word of saying it? What's the right way? It just didn't have that sort of like horror setup and the sort of, I don't want to say tropes because I'm trying to avoid tropes, but like how a horror movie gets under your skin from the beginning and sort of refuses to make you feel comfortable ever. Hippo, had moments of levity and comedy, maybe like a tragic comedy, sort of just juxtaposed tragedy and comedy, which I love that genre, and I love Hippo. But I just did that, like I said, and I wanted to try something new, and so Godhead was sort of my version of a more classic horror movie as we know horror movies. For me, that ended up manifesting itself as obviously black and white, very much throwback to Hitchcock, and also a sort of creepy but not jump scary horror premise. I love horror movies that, like I said, get under your skin, play with the psychological elements, the sort of divine, the strange. Like I said, Twilight Zone is a big reference point because I like how those all feel like little horror movies. So I thought sort of make a modern version, my modern take on, if I were to have been tasked with making an hour and a half long or hour 40-minute long Twilight Zone episode in 2025 when we shot it, what would I do? And that's kind of how Godhead was born. Came up with the story with Kimball Farley. There was always this fascination from both of us about prophets and people who claim to be prophets. Obviously Hippo himself has a little God complex, so I guess that's a theme, but I don't want to give too much away because even the trailer's not even out yet, but it will be soon, and when it is, I'll link it here somewhere. Yeah, sort of playing with that thought of a prophet infringing on your space or infringing on somebody's space and claiming something that may or may not be true, and the ramifications of that. And of course, the emotional journey of the protagonist, in this case, Al Warren. He's just so incredible as father. He takes us by the hand, or we take him by the hand, and it's a very uncomfortable situation that he's in, and he's a very complex character who maybe isn't always the easiest to relate to, but I think he does it beautifully. And of course the twins, played by Kimball, plays the boy twin, and Sarah Coffey, who plays the girl twin, also did an incredible job just diving into those roles, which were super out of this world, creepy. Again, I don't want to give too much away, and Luke Speakman from Weapons, who plays in the movie the son of Josh Brolin's character, who goes missing and is in all the posters doing his pose. He plays the boy, also at the center of the film with father, with Al Warren's character, who Al Warren looks after and took him in. He's such a pro, and I can't wait for you to see him. He's a young kid, and when he shot, obviously he was even younger. I don't know if he's 12, 13, 14 now, but what he's able to do as a child actor, as any actor, is incredible. I'm just really appreciative of all the cast who took this journey with me into this strange world and trusted me in the writing and the story and the direction to do these crazy things and disappear into their roles. My movies are weird, like people have strong reactions from them, and as someone who makes those kinds of movies and loves those kinds of movies, it's always scary to tell an actor to join the journey with you. Obviously Kimball has been there since the beginning with Andronicus, but bringing new people into our little theater troupe is always intimidating for me. Like making new friends or anything, you don't know if you're going to get along and if they're going to trust you and like you or like your ideas, but obviously they all signed up to do it and we all had a blast. And we shot it in South Carolina with two local production companies, one Julian Lewiczka, Free and Clear Pictures, and 19 Pictures run by Kel Murphy and Kari Iverson. We just got to use a ton of their local resources and cast and crew. South Carolina was the perfect backdrop in the end to make this movie. The sort of eerie, gothic, southern charm with those trees, Spanish moss, and all that creepy stuff. Definitely want to give a shout out to everyone in South Carolina who worked their butts off to make this movie happen, and pulled every string to turn our very modest budget into something that I think looks and feels 2 to 3 to 4 to 100 times as big as our budget would possibly indicate. If you see this video and you're another filmmaker, you're going to Fantasia, definitely comment, say hi, and yeah, there'll be more to come, like I said, on this YouTube channel. Follow along, hit that subscribe button. I gotta go get them the DCP. I will see y'all very soon, and thank you so much for watching. And again, thank you to the Fantasia Film Festival for believing in us. It means a lot. And they really are the best. Like, look at their programming. It's batshit crazy in the best way. Wide angle so you could see my flags and my big MacGyvered light. But yeah, I just want to say also there will be a lot of us there at Fantasia. The whole cast will be there for one or two of the screenings, and yeah, it's going to be really fun. So check it out.